Some years ago, I was with some very good friends of mine, longtime veterans in the Lord, seasoned, and they said a statement. It says, you just never see healings and miracles anymore. That kind of shook me and shocked me that they would say that, because they've worked in that, moved in that in times past. But as we all know, we do have to cultivate the faith of God to rest in us, or else we tend to dissipate. And so I said, well, why don't you just come with me? There was a little conference about 2 hours from where we live, and I says, I go to this thing just every once in a while, and there's just hundreds of healings, and like demonstratable. I mean, like right there in front of your face. Okay, it showed up. It changed everything. It changed their perspective about, is there healings and miracles still happening today? Yes, there are. Somebody says if you want to be a giant killer, you got to hang around giant killers. You got to be where they are to get a little bit of that anointment on you. And it helps you to flow in it with greater grace and faith. So since then, they've seen a few healings. I was in a meeting Saturday night. Somebody got dramatically, a good close friend of mine, from a back ailment that has not, that he'd been years and years and years, and he just thought, well, he just had to live with it. I met him for coffee yesterday morning without a bit of pain. He says, I'm just dramatically healed. 2 nights ago, I was in a meeting, prayed for somebody, and their knee just got remarkably better just in a few moments. So there's healing still happening. We wish we would see more. So thank God for that. I want to quote Bill Johnson, and then I'll move into something else. Bill Johnson says, when we focus on what God has not done, we create has not done yet. We create a culture of unbelief. When we focus on what God is and has done, is doing and has done, we create a culture of revival in our own hearts or souls. So the perspective, the thing we feast on, does begin to propagate itself in us, and it begins to create either more life or less life. And so I appreciate, Abby, just your taking us into that heavenly realm, because I feel like therein is the key to possessing a level of godness that can't be gotten anywhere else. In the book of Acts, it says, and who are these men that turn the world upside down? And another verse comes to mind and says, and they perceived that they had been with Jesus. What am I getting at? There's just something that cannot be substituted for just plain intimacy, being with him. The endurance level and the depth level of intimacy then gets on us. It makes us contagious. And so I feel like what Father is opening up to us, in other words, learning to live in heaven, learn to live in the heavenly places, is a big, big, big key, a big key that Father is blessing us with, because I think he wants to take us into places that are much more dynamic and fruitful.